Okay, this is number 28. We have Olivia in section 3.4. Olivia, she's on the 10th floor. She's in red here. And she's gazing out the window and she notices a bucket has been dropped by a window washer. And she looks at her watch and she sees that it hits the ground 1.5 seconds later. And they ask you to determine the floor from which the bucket was dropped if each floor is 5 meters high and the window is in the middle of the 10th floor. And then it says to neglect friction. Okay, so the first thing, I just started kind of thinking about what it is that I knew. First of all, each one of these floors is 5 meters high. So we've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So it's at the top of the 10th floor would be 50 meters, but in the middle here is going to be like the 9th floor, your feet are on the 9th floor at 45 meters, plus it's 5 meters, so half of that, so 2.5 meters would be about 47.5 meters up is where she noticed the bucket. All right. And then the only other information is that we see that it hits the ground at 1.5 seconds. Now, we also know that, or I guess we're assuming that it dropped. So, like, it's not like an angry window washer that, like, forces the thing down, but he just accidentally drops it. And that tells us that V naught is going to be equal to 0, which is somewhat helpful. Okay, so let's think about our position equation that we have. S of t is equal to S naught plus V naught t minus 1.9, oh, sorry, 1/2. And then it's G, which here, because we're in meters, we're going to use meters per second is 9.8. It's the pull of gravity, meters per second squared, and then times t squared. And here also we know that V naught is 0, so we can write this as S naught plus, or just, sorry, S naught, since V naught is 0, it comes out, and it's going to be minus 4.9 t squared, just simplifying there. Okay, now let's set up some things. What we're really looking for is S naught. We want S naught. And let's see what we know. Well, let's let X equal the time when it was, the time passed before Olivia saw it. Oh, how do you spell her name? I like that. Saw it. Okay, so that's the time that's passed before Olivia saw that. So what do we know? What else do we know? Well, we know that when it hit the ground, the position was 0. So we can, and we also know that it hit the ground 1.5 seconds after Olivia saw it. So the bucket hit the ground 1.5 plus x seconds after dropped. Okay, and then let's see what else. So what do we know? Well, when it's dropped and it hits the ground, its position is going to be 0. So S of t equals 0 at the ground, right? So that means this equation that we have, S naught minus 4.9 t squared, will equal 0 when at the moment that it hits the ground. Okay, so for fun, you can remember you're trying to, what else do we know? Well, we know that I'm running out of time. I only get 5 minutes on each of these Jing videos, so I'm gonna have to start again to do a second part. So I will wait right here or stop right here. This is the position when it hits the ground is obviously 0. So I'll pick up in just a sec.